What's going on, guys? This is the VG Pierce. I'll be coming at you with some Season 3 action from the Cabal Vision Champions Cup playoffs, and we are going to be covering the semifinals matches. And so, as you can see, 4 teams left, and we have the Necromantic team, Woohoo Baby, still in there, coached by Woohoo Boy. And as you can see, on his path, he did take down the Chaos team, then the Norse team, and now he will be facing off against a Wood Elf team that had played against the back-to-back Season 1 and 2 champion and actually won it convincingly so, 3-1, and took down Ducky. And Woohoo Baby is going to be facing off against them. And in these brackets here, we are also going to see a High Elf team did take down Anarian's Dark Elf team, and so definitely going to be a very dangerous team to be reckoned with. Loads of guys with lots of skill ups, but he will be facing off against an Orc team who pretty much has battered, bruised, and killed his way through to the semifinals at least. And then here he did take down the Dwarf team of Moldripster, and then he went and took down a Nurgle team, and now finally he's going to be facing off against a Agility team. So let's see how that's going to work out. The nice thing about playing against these guys is that armor value 8, they could be susceptible, right? But we'll see about that. But first, we are going to go ahead and stop this replay. We're going to begin by looking at that Orc team versus the High Elf team. And we're going to see how the Orc team is going to be faring against the High Elves, or if the High Elves are just going to be making the Orc team just doing whatever they're bidding. So now we are going to have a really good one today. We are going to have the semifinals matches, and the fun thing as well is that we are definitely going to have a new winner for Season 3. Everything's up for grabs. I don't know who's going to take this one. Will it be Coach Ringtail coaching the High Elf team, El Paravoz? And there he will be taking on Coach ALargeThud, the Royal Eatment S3, the Orc team. And in my preliminary, I did say kind of flip-flopping back and forth, but I think I did take the High Elf team, and really it's because of all of the skill ups that they have. They got +1 in strength for this guy, plus agility for that guy, plus movement allowance, and anytime elves get loads of movement allowance, they are just extremely dangerous on the pitch. You just never know how to really stop them. But before we go on too much about the High Elf team, let's talk about this Orc team, yeah? ALargeThud, yes, all of these guys have pretty much injured everybody along their way. And is it because they have Claw? Is it because maybe they just know Nuffle? Probably a little bit of both, but definitely not Claw though, because they don't have access to mutations. But definitely they do have access to the Mighty Blow. And the nice thing here is that it's been really working out. And honestly, it's not because all their guys have a dangerous piling on Mighty Blow combination. No, it's just for some reason they've just been absolutely crushing the opponents into oblivion, almost to the point where they can't even come back. We'll see if he's going to have similar luck today, because the High Elf team can easily dodge away from base to base against this Orc team, and that's probably what they should do today, is stay away from base to base as much as possible, just given that the Orc team has been taking down and ripping apart each of their opponents. Probably should just stay away today as much as possible, and if anything, definitely have a deep bench. Luckily though, the High Elf does have a nice little deep bench. 2 guys come in, whereas the Orc team has 1 personnel to come in. But let's see here, piling on Mighty Blow, tackle with a +1 in strength and a +1 in movement allowance. So you can't really get away from this Orc. This is going to be the key player for today's match. And if we can really make use of that Mighty Blow piling on, then it will be a very short game here for today's match, because the High Elves are probably going to get injured and killed today. And that's only if this guy can catch up to him, but he really can with that tackle. And also he could just do it by himself with that +1 in strength. But don't worry though, Blitzers here also has those guard abilities, so if he does need a little help in the backfield, he definitely can do it. This is going to be the main ball carrier, no thrower for the Orc team, and so it's kind of the thing I said about the Norse team a little bit ways back. When they're a little bit backs against the wall, they're going to have to throw it one day. And if the high elf team can really play some pretty good defense, get a nice little screen up against this Orc team, then they can slow down the offense and then make it to where they have to do something a little bit awful to actually make their little touchdown. Maybe even have to pass it. And unfortunately, without a thrower, nobody with that pass ability. And so I'm not exactly sure about this. And also, you're taking away in the offense one guy that can actually do some hits here. He has the access to the strength skills, and he went with the guard, dodge, sure hands, and all this other stuff. So we'll see how this is going to work out in the long run. But for right now, all the rest of his people have been doing some real work. So I guess when you're breaking armor left and right with your other guys, what do you need this blitzer for, right? He does have black orcs there, just about all of them with block, except for this black orc over there. But definitely the other black orcs are going to be shoring it up here. And then lineman there, definitely with the dirty player here. He is going to have one without any skills, and then another one there with block. Troll is going to be coming in, I'm pretty sure of it, but we'll see who did win the toss. The Orc team did actually opt to kick the ball away to the High Elf team, wanting to play a little defense. So we'll see how that is going to be working out for the Orc team. Let's talk a little bit more about this High Elf team, Ringtail. And when you talk about High Elf team, this is going to be one here for the ages. And he's going to have a whole bunch of catchers here on the pitch that can really run down the pitch and go down very quickly. They do have an inherent 8 movement allowance, but with this guy here with a 9 movement allowance, almost enough to make a good little deep pass to him and make the little quick touchdown if necessary. But he's also going to be a one-turn touchdown threat. Just needs a couple of pushes, just like a gutter runner. And then after that, score it pretty quickly. So High Elves, you can never really count them out, and especially when they get that +1 in boom last. This one's got the 5 agility. So you talk about one-turn touchdowns. This is the guy that can do it because he can just go and jump through 1 tackle zone and 2 tackle zones to just be a 3+ dodge. So we'll talk about that a little bit more if it does come up. +1 in strength for this guy, +1 in strength for this guy, and a +1 in agility. So definitely a big one here. Sure hands, pass, and also block ability for that thrower. Basically the main ball carrier. And you definitely want to have somebody that can come in for the backup quarterbacking. Why not? And that will do it here for both sides. And again, High Elves, I do like them. He does have that guard here with the mighty blow for this blitzer. So hopefully might actually be able to get this guy rolling a little bit against the Orc team. Maybe go a bit pound for pound. Orc team though, he does have a whole bunch of inducements here. And it appears that he's going to go with 2 bribes and a wizard for today's match. So we'll see how that's going to work out. And that might be really great. Orc team is going to be down a dirty player for this match. Coming in, he does have 2 linemen that can really put the hurt on, but unfortunately he is out for today's match with an injury, and so we'll see how the doctors shape up and see how they are going to clear him, if any, for the next match. But for right now, the Orc team is going to be kicking off without him. Brilliant coaching. Royal Eatment's going to take that re-roll there, and the High Elf team will begin. That's going to be great. Orc team now is going to match up in re-rolls. High Elves are going to have that for rerolls because that leader ability does give them that extra one. And the nice thing about that leader ability here is that it doesn't add up to huge amounts of TV as you would if you would have purchased it on its own there. Now, the High Elves, they're going to be trying to hit up the front line, trying to take down the lineman, isolate the troll here in the center. Afterwards, to try to blitz down the Black Orc there without the block ability, a very good weak spot for him to kind of key in on, to focus up on. And we'll see if he's going to try to hit up this troll, but it looks like he's not going to be isolating up the troll and trying to hit him down. It appears that he's probably going to just dodge away. And that's kind of the thing here about this Orc team. A lot of players think, oh, you know, the troll, he's not as good as some of the other big guys. I mean, yeah, for the croc score, it's a no-brainer, right? You always take him. But the troll, he doesn't have things like prehensile tail. He just is a really stupid troll that has a mighty blow ability with the 5 strength. And I guess the nice thing is that he'll be able to go up against other big guys. And there was a bunch in this tournament here. But I think slowly but surely we've seen them all pretty much have dropped out there. I think only the other tree left for the Wood Elf team. Necromantic team doesn't have a big guy. Well, I mean, he doesn't have access to any big guy at all. So it's just going to be now this troll all by himself with maybe playing this tree in the next match. We'll see, though. Ooh, nice big injury there, and that's what I'm talking about. Our team definitely needs to get that rolling along, and he is going to be able to get that hit on and be able to take him down. The injuries are going to be the thing you have to watch out for, and that's just going to be a dodge lineman. So the High Elves are going to be content with letting him go. It would have been nice to keep him around, but that's okay. Still has a couple of extra linemen to come in, so not a huge loss, but now he's going to be down in numbers for the offensive series, but just down one. And when you're down one in the offense, it's okay, since you have the opportunity to direct the ball where you want. You could just go and specifically attack in an area, and the defense, they have to kind of spread out and guard all parts of the pitch, whereas the offense, they know where they're going, so they can just kind of specifically point where their guys are. And so hopefully for just a few moments, they should have the numbers advantage. The thing about the Orc team, though, is that you can really outrun them. They're a little bit like the Dwarf team in a way that they're slow-ish, except that the Blitzers, they do have the 6, or even this guy here with a 7 movement allowance, and so they can cover the pitch with their Blitzers a little bit better, but here they got, what, 5 movement allowance, and then Black Orcs are 4 movement allowance, and so they can get a little bit out of position there, but not as bad as the Dwarf team, but definitely you can isolate one or the other side of the pitch. And as you can see there, the Orc team opting to keep the Black Orcs here in the wings, and so if he opts to go with one side or the other, then 2 of the Black Orcs will be a little bit more out of position than the other 2 Black Orcs. They can maybe come back into the fray, but by then the High Elves would probably have made their touchdown, or at least way back there at the back corner. More injuries here, and the Orc team looking pretty good. That's really what they need, and that's going to be on a key piece, and so the Apothecary is going to be used straight away for strength tackle piece, and you don't want to be without that guy there. And so injuries just tremendous there, and that's armor value 8 against a mighty blow, and more often than not you would see that not do as well, but so far so good. 2 turns have already passed, and the Orc team has created an injury on both of those turns, and with that Apothecary use, the High Elves, he's going to get his guy back, but he will be down 2 guys now for the... Actually, the Apothecary did not work out too well for him. So the Apothecary didn't work out too well for him. He's going to be down a +1 in strength, and also a big key piece here. Not as big as some of these other ones there, but definitely going to be one of the key pieces here for the High Elf team. Apothecary did not go well for him, and that is tremendous there. Our team really whittling them down and not slowing down from previous matches. And that's kind of a bad thing about the Orc team so far. We've been unable to kind of tell how much skill he has because of all these injuries. It's kind of easy to win when the opponent has nobody left on the pitch, and hey, you know, I guess that's a good thing, because honestly, that's the way I would like to win if I'm playing a bashy team. It's just you brutalize the other team, and then you take advantage wherever you can. And right there, he is going to be up 2 players, and now he doesn't even have to worry about a +1 in strength catcher here. And honestly, it's just what you're gonna do, right? I mean, what are you gonna do? Such anger, the Orc team, so much anger. Somebody calm these guys down. Anger management, guys. Anger management. All right. Well, I guess this is anger management, right? Blood Bowl. They're like, okay, guys, just take it out on the pitch, all right? No, you know, don't take it out on your spouses here, okay? Remember, okay? Open hand is just a little bit of jail time. Closed hand, that's a lot of jail time, alright? And we don't want a lot of jail time. And there we go. As you can see here, High Elves are going now to the right side. And as you can see, there's about, what, 4 of these Orcs here that aren't necessarily in this bit of the half, and are a little bit getting outrun at the moment, but no problems though. Blitzers, one of them with the +1 in movement allowance, whole bunch of them here actually came back and was doing okay. So really didn't put them too far out of position. But High Elves with that +1 in strength, look at that. By himself can make this blitz, open up the lane there with the push, and he could get his guy by. And he should be able to get through and possibly make another little cage here in the backfield, and then after that score it. Or is he going to just score it straight out? I think he should, actually, because he's down a couple of pieces. And there we go. High Elf team will score it, in fact, and go up 1-0. But he is going to be down a +1 in strength catcher, and that's kind of huge. I see there are 2 injuries for the High Elf team, and that's big because he only had a bench of 2. And now any more injuries, any more KOs, and that will be it. So the High Elf team has been whittled down, and that was just in the first 2 turns. Luckily though, turn number 3 and 4 was okay for the High Elf team, but well, actually the 4th turn he scored it, and so now it's the Orc team's 4th turn. Thankfully, I guess in the round 3, nothing big happened, but still, that is really got to be sitting not too well with the High Elf team, just judging by how much that the Orc team has won in such a fashion coming to today's semifinal match. And really, the High Elf team has done everything they have. They've done just about everything they could possibly do to try to avoid injury. They stayed away base to base, as I said from the beginning of the match, and it's just one hit that the Orc team has been doing has been enough for them in first of the 2 rounds. So injury dice has been going very badly here for this High Elf team, whereas the Orc team is just loving it, absolutely loving it, and even won on a big key piece. So we'll see how much that's going to affect the High Elf team. Like I said, as I've always said, Blood Bowl psychology is about 20% of this match, right? I mean, you gotta be keeping the opponent on their toes there. And a nice little high kick will mean that he'll be able to field the ball, catch that ball in the air, and the Orc team gonna be off. And there we go, another big armor value break. And this time the High Elves are gonna have to stick 3 guys in the front line, and then gonna have to bear a blitz there as well. So High Elf scored it, but now he has to put a few guys base to base against Mighty Below players. Not necessarily guys you want to be standing base to base against, but actually these Black Orcs aren't going to be the ones with Mighty Below, but definitely they might as well have it because both of them causing a couple of armor value breaks. Just be a couple of stuns there and a KO. Make that another KO. Piling on Mighty Blow. He's not afraid to use it. He's going to be moving his Orc team up here to cover his piling on guy. You don't want to pile on all by himself there because that would be extremely dangerous, because the other team will definitely look to foul here, and definitely need to make sure that you get somebody here so that it's not going to be an easy foul coming up with a whole bunch of assists. And honestly, even if you don't have a bribe, then you might as well go and do it. And here comes a foul, speaking of, and it looks like Dirty Player. He does have a couple of bribes in hand, so we'll see if he's going to use it. No, he's not, but thankfully no big injury here. The thrower is actually going to be done in the front line as well, so he's just putting guys in the front line. Here, you go in the front line, you! Thrower reluctantly getting in the front line there and taking one for the team, but luckily he's going to be the one standing there. He's going to be the one okay. High Elves are going to try to put a little pressure on that ball carrier. I guess not wanting the Orc team to show up and get his little cage too easily. He wants to try to get to the backfield where the Orc is going to be a little bit exposed, but I do believe that he can't cover everything here, and he has this small little avenue here on this right side-ish, actually middle, really. And this should be enough right here, actually, to move up his guy, and he should be okay here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can actually sit in right there-ish. He should just get maybe one blitz here or something like that. Get a troll on this guy. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then get a block here, and then get a blitz there, and he should be able to get a cage for his guy. And there we go. He's gonna go and blitz down this guy, actually. And A little bit curious that he did that, but I guess he did have the +1 strength here, so he's going to be able to move in right there and be able to move in and sit down right here. The Orc team is going to be content with just letting this guy stay in the range there, so we'll see if this is going to be working out there. But with the troll right here, it's not going to be a big deal. A couple of red die blocks if he really wants it, and even after the successful hit, even if he gets 2 red die block, the cage won't necessarily be exposed here. So now more hits here. Dirty players going to use that every turn. And going to get the fouls on. No injury, but no call here. So we're all tit for tat here. And now a blitz here is going to come in. And he's going to set up to maybe get a little push combination. And no, actually no. Okay, he's going to get that black orc away. And then after that, be able to touch that ball carrier. The ball carrier does have that dodge ability. So not a big deal here. Not a chance of dodging away if he doesn't actually pry away the blitzer here from range there, and he's gonna miss that dodge. Back-to-back ones. Definitely wanted to put another guy back here to touch the ball carrier to force a dodge like that, but not gonna be what's gonna happen here, and should be able to blitz him away and then set up yet another cage after a couple of more hits here on this front line. Should be able to get the ball carrier up a little bit further, about right here maybe, and then just laugh at the high elf team as they just bounce off this cage. So far so good, I'll tell you that much. Inching his way up here. He's going to move up, not in too much of a hurry, but the Orc team does need to start moving, because if he wants to try to make this touchdown by the end, then he needs to get down to about right here, and he has to go his full movement allowance. And so the high elf team, if anything, all he needs to do is just put up a nice little net here to slow down the Orc team, and then that'll be it for this half. He doesn't need to go in so aggressively against this cage and risk injury to his high elf team. If anything, at this point, the high elf team should probably just think about slowing them down and making sure that this 2-turn touchdown coming up is not going to be a real possibility, especially with a wizard in hand for this Orc team. And honestly, if he wants to use the wizard here on this offensive possession here to guarantee a touchdown, that would be a good idea here, because then he would be up 1-1 and then going into his possession half in the second half with a real chance to maybe win this game. So we'll see if that's going to be a possibility. But again, the high elf team, all he really needs to do is just play soft and stop any forward movement here by this Orc team, honestly. And that's it. Don't need to get so aggressive here. Calm down, guy. Calm down. That's all he needs to do. Alright, so now he's going to get the front Orcs down. And then after that, he's going to be forming a little bit of a cage here. And I think as if I'm channeling the high elf team, and he is going to be putting his guys back there, and he's going to miss that dodge. But re-rolls here. He's got 2 more re-rolls for 2 more turns. Why not use it? But unfortunately, going to get a little bit nuffled here, and that will be it for that dodge. The Orc team has to move up pretty far if he really wants to get this touchdown going. At least get a fly down the pitch or something going. Something. He needs to score it here, I have to say. He needs to, because otherwise this could be a long one here, and you don't want to go too long and into overtime against an agility team that can make a very quick touchdown at the end in overtime, because even if he's down a whole bunch of guys, all he needs to do is just have a couple of flies down the pitch in overtime and then win the game like that. So you don't want that. You definitely don't want that scenario. He's going to try to move his guys up here. If he fail that go for it roll, and oh no, and that's going to be it. No more, one more moves here, and go for it rolls back-to-back failures. And that's going to end all hopes of getting a touchdown here at the end of the first half, after forcing the high elf team basically to score it here at the beginning. And oh, gonna get that skull, gonna get the re-roll. Oh, gonna be okay here, but wow, high elves gonna be risking a little bit. I'm a little bit surprised to see that 1-die block. I mean, no need to do it against a mighty blow player like that. I mean, sure, he opens up the way and then maybe opens up the path to the ball carrier, but well, I guess he did have a shot at maybe getting to this touchdown, but unfortunately Blitz is not going to work out here for the High Elves, and just going to be a push. It would have been a little bit more difficult to get to the ball anyways, but still, at least he would have had a shot somewhere to actually get there. But push will end all hopes. High Elf team actually had a small sliver of maybe making that touchdown at the end. And piling on. Mighty blow. Not going to be causing anything too much here. We should see a little bit of a hit and then a little bit more fouls here. If anything, more pushes and wanting to get that down. Does the reroll. This is going to be the end of the half, and so no problem to get there. And get the hits on. Dubino, KO. Nice. He's going to get that nice big armor value break, and he's going to be the guy without a mighty blow ability. And that's kind of been what the Orc team has been doing all this tournament. Guys, without even the mighty blow, has just been doing the injuries on the other team. And we're not talking about soft teams here. We're talking about dwarf teams with armor value 9. We're talking about tough Nurgle teams there with foul appearance and high strength guys. So, I mean, sure, they were armor value 8 there, but I mean, the Nurgle Warriors, they're no slouch, right? So, we'll see. We'll see if he's going to be able to continue on the hurts here with this High Elf team, who actually stayed a little bit more base to base with one too many Orcs there at the end, but he's going to be suffering a KO for his troubles. He's going to be okay with this. He did stifle this touchdown, and now it is going to be the Orc team's possession half. Orc team possession half will mean that he's probably going to try to grind it out, and it might go into overtime, which does favor a little bit more of the agility teams. Like I said, even if he's down a whole bunch of guys, as he is there, 3 KOs going to continue staying out here, and that does mean the Orc team will have an easy time making this touchdown. Hell, I mean, you might as well you might as well just forget about it. You might as well just start thinking about overtime. Keep your guys alive as much as possible if you're the High Elf team, and stay back. Stay far back, because she's going to need it for this overtime period coming up. Unless the Orc team does score it pretty quickly. If there's going to be more injuries on this High Elf team, then you better believe the Orc team is going to score it quickly. And then when he's going to play defense, then just go and maul the High Elf team, and then absolutely just take the ball out from the hands of the High Elf team, then score it back and win it 2-1 without needing to go to overtime. Feeling a little bit under the weather, guys. Maybe excuse me, but our team now, he's going to be able to just cage up hard as he should in the center. He's going to move his cage, pave the way, and hope for more injuries. There we go. Troll doing his work here. We'll get a nice little armor value break. Just going to be a stun, but definitely going to be good enough. We'll take that. We're definitely going to see more fouls coming up for his Orc team. 2 bribes in hand with the wizard. Boy, oh boy. Orc team. Why did I ever think to go against these guys, huh? Why did I ever think to go against them? I mean, so many inducements. You know the wizard's coming. And sure, why not get a couple of bribes there? So, I mean, he's going to be able to just absolutely maim the High Elf team at every single turn whenever he gets the chance. Nice little blitz here. We'll be able to get down this Black Orc there. Should be able to get a nice armor value break. KO! And that's going to be on Black Orc even. And that's the one with block. And that's going to be great. One less force strength on the pitch. And so maybe the High Elf team will be able to hold up a little bit better on defense. He's actually going to stick a guy in there. Wow. And I don't know if I like this right there. I mean, he's going to go do the 2-die block there and going to risk it and take down this troll. But unfortunately, 2 red die block doesn't work out well. He just needed to avoid that skull. Anything would have been okay. Hell, a push, something. But unfortunately, not going to be the case. And going to get a skull on both of those red die blocks. And after that, he's going to suffer a little bit. He's going to get an armor value break for his troubles. And really stupid is going to happen, and that's kind of stupid, right? Troll teams, oh boy, or actually not troll teams, but the troll is just so stupid. But I like him. I take trolls whenever I can if I'm playing for a team there, because why not? I mean, after a while, you just get a little bit out of control here with the money after winning so many matches. Orc team, so OP. They just have so many good players on their roster. Those blitzers and the troll. I mean, access to the strength for the blitzers, and they're going to be the ones making a bunch of the SPP for your guys. I mean, right? They're going to be the ones ending up making a lot more touchdowns than not. Not necessarily your thrower there who's all extra slow. Tell you that much. Here comes another foul there. High Elves have been avoiding too much injuries, but not at this moment, and that's going to be the kick lineman. And without Apothecary, that will be it. He's going to have to suffer those injuries. And a bribe is now going to be done on the referee who finally saw a foul, and it was going to be the injury. And luckily, the bribe is going to be working out for his Orc team, and he's got yet another one. So the fouls aren't done yet, guys. Elves are in big trouble there, and if he continues to play this aggressive, I don't know. And he's looking to stop his Orc team here and now, but I really feel like he probably should have played it a little bit more softer. Why is he going so aggressive? He really needed to keep his guys up as much as possible. I guess he did have a shot at the ball, but no follow-up coming up after the ball popping loose there. So, sure, he got the hit on the ball carrier, but to what means there? To what ends? The ball, maybe a failed pickup, but well, unless he injures this guy with his sure hands, he's going to be able to pick that ball up, no problem. But at least he did have a shot at the ball. But still, I mean, he's risking too much. The bodies of his high elf team. And I don't know about this. I really don't know. This is playing right into the strength of the Orc team here. And he's going to be able to get a whole bunch of hits on the high elf team. And that's not what you want. Even if it's just a push, it's still a try at a defender down die still. A nice little hit. And as you see, there's laying the high elf team just absolutely out. And gonna get yet another foul. Dirty player gonna come up. A couple of assists here. Get the hit on and gonna cause another armor value break. This time just a stun, but definitely one less high elf to worry about. And that just also means that he's gonna stay there as well. That's gonna be the wrestle dodge one as well. So not one that you want to really have come back up, because he can definitely take some hits here standing up against the troll. And just going to be a push on that blitz here. He's going to be able to push him right into the arms of his fellow high elves, and more pushes here. That's not what he wanted there, but that's what he's going to get. High elf team continuing to stay base to base against this Orc team, and I don't like it. I don't like it, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to finally be able to dodge away there. And he's again, as if he's hearing me now. Oh, VG doesn't like that, so I'm going to go and keep my guys away. Now finally going to get some sort of net up, but honestly, he should have been doing this earlier, and maybe not have allowed so many more hits on the front line as he did there. And sidestep, and a big mighty blow, piling on, and nice big hit, and ooh, no big injuries though, but that's okay. He already is going to be getting the stun going. The right side is looking like it's a little bit more paved for his ball carrier. But no, he's just going to go and stay strong. He's going to stay with his cage here. It's just turn 12. Not going to be going too much farther. How you doing, Latsar? Oh my gosh. Hey, Panda. Panda Land. You ready for next week's tournament? Dude, what's up with the credits, man? The credits. The Steam credits. Wait, everybody's gonna have to wait a week. Oh man, making them wait. Going next Saturday. It's gonna be fun. Next Saturday is gonna be a one-day tournament for the North American TTS League. Top prize is gonna be $20 Steam card from El Red Panda. So that's gonna be nice. Thank you, Red Panda, for doing this. It's gonna be a random tournament, which are randomly assigned races to each of the players, and then we're gonna play in the tournament with whatever we give them. So we'll see how that's gonna work out. Oh man, so far so good though. Our team is gonna be able to just cage up right there and just continually to try to get some hits here. Elves at least is gonna be able to stun up this mighty blue blitzer, but wow. So far so good there. Orc team Not going to be advancing too much. Still giving the High Elf team a little bit of hope here. And as if he had heard me before, he was playing so aggressively, and then I was just like making fun of it, saying, oh my gosh, I don't like this aggressive play by the High Elf team. And then as if he could hear me, he's like, okay, I'll back off, I'll back off. And that's exactly what he should do, because honestly, our team is not going to be making a quick touchdown. He's just going to go and grind it out and make it 1-1. And if he does get the ball back in overtime, he's going to need as many L's as possible. Why stay base to base? And if he does get the ball back, he really has a tremendous shot at winning this ball game, honestly. I mean, it's not over yet. Even with a bunch of crushing injuries here and some KOs, it is not over yet. Paid. Don't got no savings account, man. Don't be living paycheck to paycheck, Red Panda. Don't be living paycheck to paycheck. Ooh, here comes more fouls here. Dirty player. Lone foul there as well. Is going to be able to cause an injury, and going to be 12s on the dice, so a big old referee call on that. But don't worry, we got bribes for you, baby. And that is totally worth it here. And I don't know why, but switched up the screen there, and there we go. Big injury is going to be caused, and High Elves, oh boy, it's going to be able to have a sigh of relief, because man, maybe the fouls will stop, but I kind of doubt it, because it's been working out. And with them being down so much in numbers, even if this dirty player gets fouled out, who cares? Continue the fouls there. It's going great. Our team now is in the tremendous driver's seat. Only what, 6 High Elves left on this pitch against the full complement, basically, of this Orc team. I think he does have a full complement. Yeah, he's got 11. No, he's got 10 guys because the KO earlier. So 10 on 6 High Elves. If he can actually stifle this touchdown, he might be okay. So 3 more turns. He has a small little hope here, but it's just a small hope nonetheless. Defender down died. That's going to be tremendous. Blitzer with the piling on. Mighty Blue. Will he be able to? No, he's not going to get the piling on anyways. He wants to stand up his guy so that he can help escort the ball carrier, because he needs to advance the ball now. Unlike in the last match there, or the last half here, he did not move this guy up at the third to last turn to about right here. And this is where you really need to go, because he needs to get at least a few yards here for his guys to actually go and make the easy touchdown. Before, he was way back here, and sure, he's still in range, but he would have had to go potato or something like that, and that's not necessarily a good idea. Turn 14 coming up. High Elf still has a shot in hell, but it is going to be a shot nonetheless. If he can stop this Orc team from making this touchdown, then that would be great. Orc team, though, might think about using the Wizard if he gets stifled a little bit too hard. But, oh, pushes here at the vital moment. Gonna be able to dodge away even. No tackle on that guy, so he's gonna be able to dodge away after the free dodge reroll here. High Elves are looking great. Gonna be able to put up a nice little defense so far. And our team now is gonna have to squeeze through maybe this right side here. As you can see, take away his skills real quick, and he should be able to maybe squeeze by there. Oh, he's actually gonna make the High Elf defense a little bit better there. Uh-oh. And he's going to have to do another block there, so he's going to be able to inch the ball up one more, and that's not so good. He actually started off with the wrong block there. I would have liked him to have a opening here on this right side, but finally he's actually going to be able to get him down. And there we go. He's going to be able to hit him down finally and open up the right side lane. But he's going to have a High Elf right there and squeeze to the right side. That's not really the best thing for his guy, but I mean, he does have it. It's gonna be a rough squeeze. We'll see. If he's gonna stay back here. I think he should actually stay back here on this back right side. Maybe get his guy right there-ish, but he doesn't have side step. We don't want a 2 red die block, miracle block coming in. So just go up, move up right there, maybe. Okay, no, he's gonna square away this square there, and then after that, just move his guys up to the point where he cannot get surfed out. That's gonna be a good idea here for the Orc team. And the blitz here over the top, and should be able to get a 2 die block. Ooh, nice big ones here. Definitely need that defender down at the crucial moment. He needs to get 2 High Elves here, and then put a couple more High Elves right there, and then he'll be okay. Come on, right there. Oh no, not right there. Come on, right there. I mean, this Black Orc might be able to get a handoff, I guess, but I mean, now he's gonna have to use the Wizard to open up an area for him, and that's gonna be great. The Wizard's gonna be used there. Doesn't need to worry about him in overtime. And with this nice little block coming up, should be able to open up a huge lane here for this Orc ball carrier. And there we go, even a KO to boot. Just get his own guys out the way, and we should see the easy touchdown. Pretty much a walk in the park there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 go for a Rose. Oh, no Nuffle here. And that will be scoring it 1-1. But boy, any back-to-back ones or one and then a go for it pass and then another go for one, and that would have been it. So High Elves doing everything they can to try to stifle this touchdown, and Nuffle doesn't come through. But oh, talk about Nuffle there. KO guys can come back for him, and that's going to be great. We'll see here, and the overtime is going to be favoring the High Elves. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so if the High Elf, well, actually it's the bottom of the 16th, and the High Elves, they do have a +1 movement allowance catcher, so just a couple of pushes here, and he should be able to maybe make a one-turn touchdown. So we'll see, and our team is going to do everything they possibly can here, but I don't think it will be enough to maybe stop the one-turn touchdown. Actually, all he needs to do is set up his guy right here, and then he should be able to get a hit on the Black Orc to push him into this area there. No, he's actually going to count on this guy over there. Wow, he is going to be counting on that guy there. So I think yeah, he should blitz around the top on the right side here, push him here, and then push this guy. There we go. That's what you want to do right there. There we go. Get the blitz around the top and then push him into that little hole there, and then afterwards just get the ref. That's gonna favor the Orc team. Oops. But we should see a blitz over the top here on the right side here, and then push him into this little opening there, and he should be able to get at least one push there. And there we go. Oh, just gonna be defender down. Oh no, he needs a push. Gets a defender down. Defender stumbles. Oh my gosh. And there goes the one-turn touchdown try. Right when you really need a push. He even re-rolled that to hopefully get a push on the die rolls. And that's it. Vanity pass. And our team actually set up incorrectly to stop the one-turn touchdown. Allowing a one-turn touchdown try. But absolutely lucked out there because the High Elves would have had it. I mean, honestly, would have had a tremendous opportunity to get the one-turn touchdown. The Orc team really had, luckily, defender down, and then a defender stumbles die, saved his ass, because that would have been bad. That would have been really bad. And that's just how tough a one-turn touchdown is. You just need all the dice rolls to really work out well. And now it's going to be up to this Goblin coin toss right here. Who's going to get the rock, my boy? Will it be the High Elves? Will it be the Orc team? And I think the Orc team got it there. I think the Orc team got it. And yes, he did get it. So unfortunately, High Elves are going to have to play defense. And he is going to be down 2 guys there for the rest of the game. High Elves going to play 9 on the pitch, whereas the Orc team still fielding 11. And now with the get the ref, he actually has a foul, another foul that he can do. Oh, a high kick, and that is really great for this Orc team because he only had one guy back there. If he would have kicked it way to the back, left or right, then that would have been really nice for this High Elf team. But unfortunately, just going to be a high kick. He's going to be able to post this guy up underneath the ball, and our team now is absolutely in the driver's seat now. Gonna just start off where he left off, and nice big stun here in the front line, and just gonna get a push on that man there. More than likely would have just been a push, but still. He's been getting defender down dice a lot on that guy. Actually, been fouling him the entire second half, I do believe, and the wrestle dodge player has been okay. Gonna just try to get the blitz off, and boy, High Elf team is looking pretty good. Pick up, and Sure Hand's gonna be able to get that up. Loads of reroll here for this Orc team, so he does have the favor going into this overtime match here, because even if the Orc team gets stifled here, that's okay. He's still got a bunch of rerolls going into the kickoff sudden death. So we'll see if that's going to be coming into play. Orc team now, though, would rather punch in the touchdown, though, instead of relying on kicks, right? Orc team now is going to just get the foul. Dirty player. Why not? Get the ref, right? It happened. Get the bribes up, man. And again, boy, looking okay. He's going to be, thankfully, not getting hurt. High Elf team's going to take that. He's still going to be stunned. And so he's still going to be right there. It's just going to be a no SPP lineman. But still, that would have been one less guy to worry about. Or team is going to, ooh, he's going to dodge into the tackle zone. Get the one die block and is going to fail it. And with that, he's going to get punched in the face. One die block actually jumping in there through a whole bunch of tackle zones. He does have 5 agility there, so not a too terrible of a dodge, but still, that would have been a big one there had he gotten the try in there. Boy, that would have been really great, but unfortunately not going to be making it through. The really stupid had actually opened it up to where it was just a 3+ dodge to jump in there. The troll, even though he was staying there, does drop all the tackle zones with the really stupid. And so the High Elves actually had a moment there to actually get in. So really good sight there by the High Elf team, seeing that he had his opening. But unfortunately, one die block doesn't come through. And unfortunately, just going to be a skull even. So that's going to be too bad. Boy, that's the one with wrestle even. So even if it was a both down die, that would have been okay. Just would have had to avoid a push or even a skull on the dice, but unfortunately neither happened. Oh man. Cage again coming up there, and gonna stay away from getting troll as a corner of the cage there. Definitely learned from the last bit. The High Elf team did not make him pay for it though. And seeing how it was not a high percent, it was about a 50% chance to get that ball out though. I mean, so I don't know, maybe should have thought about maybe reroll and got one die block, but I guess what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? I think he probably should have re-rolled that one die blitz in there, because honestly, I think that was his only real shot at maybe getting to the ball. That was probably his best shot at actually getting to the ball. He probably should have re-rolled that. High Elves are just going to have to watch in horror as these guys just get absolutely mauled there. Trying to just dodge away even. Just a simple dodge. Just one dodge, man. And he's not going to be able to get it. Big injury here coming up. And just going to be stunned, but that will pretty much pave the way there even more on the left side. The only guy that's been holding up here on this left side been that guy. And Orc team now slowly starting to surround the High Elf team here. Look at that. Just an amoeba. He's gonna just, there you go, buddy. Get in my belly. Gonna just wrap around the High Elf team. Whole bunch of his guys on the pitch. Ball carrier now. He's gonna be making this touchdown ASAP if he can help it. And the Orc team is absolutely just making his way. Again, that one die block probably should have just been reroll. Did he use the reroll there? I don't think he used the reroll, because I think he always just had that one reroll, and so I think he probably should have used it there. Dirty player, gonna be able to get a KO off of that, and that's one less High Elf. And so now only with what, 7 High Elves left on the pitch, and they are pretty severely out of position at this point. He's gonna dodge through the tackle zones of the troll. He's gonna be able to make it through, but who's he gonna? He's gonna more tackle zones dodges. Oh, and finally is gonna pay for it. And he's gonna use the last reroll, and he will get through. One die block, more skulls. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That will be it here. And so, our team is going to be your finalist here for the Season 3 Cabal Division Champions Cup. There is just going to be one hope in hell now. Our team is just going to be moving up to about right here and caging up. But still, High Elf still has one last gasp. But, I mean, it is all just about GG. Injury there. More SPP going the way of this Orc team. All the High Elves now are just about out of it. He's just going to go and mark up the guy who had tried to stop the touchdown. And just going to side cage up, I guess. Why not side cage? No, he's just going to do a regular cage. There we go. He's going to use his lineman, and then he's going to be alright with this. Uh-oh, he's going to do the go for a roll. He should have moved his ball carrier up first. There we go. No need for a side cage. Okay, he's going to just do the go for a roll. Wow, going to risk it there at the end. Back-to-back ones, and this would be a different matter. Wow, or team just taking a risk where he doesn't necessarily need to. I mean, sure, the high elves would get a blitz in, but it would have been an awful blitz. But I guess he really didn't set up this cage too well there, and I don't know. Anytime you can not risk, you just don't do it, right? Or team, though, in the driver's seat, did actually get the touchdown there at the end and go in. 27 armor value breaks. Or team, 7 KOs, 3 injuries, absolutely just pounding opponents to submission into the finals. Royal Eatment S3, ALargeThud. You're gonna see him, and he'll be facing off against either one of these teams here in the brackets. As you can see, either the Necromancer team or this High Elf team. And we're about to see that match in just a second. Don't you guys go away. We're gonna have that in just a few minutes. I need to go and clear up my throat because, boy, I'm not really feeling too good there. So I'll be back in just a second. Don't you go away. More Blood Bowl action to come. And I'll see you guys in just a second. Don't you go anywhere, Red Panda. Latsar Bamba. I like that name. Where'd you get that name? Where'd you get that name from, Latsar? That's cool.